is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, a bonus video as it were. Today we're going to take a look and update you all on Lily Tino, because Lily's getting the attention of other people now. Other more notable names who fall under the bracket typically of TERF. TERF means Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist, a term that has, at this point, lost all meaning. Whether or not the person we're going to discuss later in this video is a TERF or not is open to debate. Do it in the comments. I don't care. We'll start though, as we're talking about Lily con artist Tino, by talking about updating you on the Change.org petition. It now resides at 485,091 verified signatures. That is a lot of signatures, calling on Lily Tino, a con artist, to be deplatformed by the American TikTok. I'm not going to espouse the belief that Lily should be removed. I do though think the content around children, considering it being of a highly sexualized nature, should be. I don't want anyone to get deplatformed, just to be clear. Lily con artist Tino being a grifter is a completely separate problem. Lily con artist Tino potentially getting sued for taking photos in bathrooms with people in the background, a separate problem. Using it as content though, does, as now everyone knows from the previous video I did on Thursday, violate TikTok's terms of service. So removing content and potentially getting a suspension is based on their rules on the cards. This Change.org petition, while it will amount to nothing, will serve as a great demonstration on the reach Lily has, which is at this present moment irrefutable, but also as a great demonstration for the public perspective that are all, according to Lily, transphobes. They're not transphobic, they're concerned about you and your behaviours around children, you and your behaviours in restaurants, you and your behaviours in restrooms, which, based on Florida's own rules, people are arguing you are violating. But being on private land, and I've heard about the arguments between Florida and Disney before, you've done it knowing you can get away with it, because Disney likes to champion itself as progressive. It's not. It just goes where the apparent money is, which is why they're having to make some adjustments to Marvel after they tried that crap. So to the first video I want to show you, tweeted by Concerned Citizen. It is a short clip, Lily eating food, of course. But Lily is not happy, because Lily has been edumacated with the religious garble. I know that at the moment, there are a lot of people, certainly those I used to know as atheist or skeptic, perhaps both as well, are delving more and more into faith as a way of life for them. That's nothing wrong with that, by the way, I'm not here to judge you. People change over time. Lily, though, does not care for any of that being put on food they are consuming.
Really don't like that it put a Bible verse on my food without my consent. I don't want to eat John 3:16. Get your John 3:16 out of here.
Okay, so that was served at In-N-Out. It took me a moment to find that out. The verse in question, "For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life." I'm going to agree with Lily. I don't care for religious stuff being put onto food products. That said, I'm not going to kick up a stink because of some writing on a drinks cup when I've gone for food. I'm really not. Most of the time I'm going to ignore it because I couldn't care less about it. I don't know where Lily is though in the world at this point, because I know that within much of the United States, people are very religious, very faithful, very devout. A quote on its own, don't really care. I've always preferred Austin 3:16 instead. Now, I took the liberty of looking at Lily's TikTok, and I couldn't find this clip as a video anywhere recently. So I'm inclined to believe this is an older one, which would indicate that Lily is somewhere else in the country. But I can't be certain unless Lily removed it, which is unlikely. Lily's been accused of many things that would surely get, by terms of service, yeeted off the platform, and I've yet to encounter any of it being removed because, well, Lily still gets millions of views per TikTok, which means at this present moment, they've yet to go through a climb that comes with being who they are. That's important. Many of the other more notable trender types, because I think Lily falls within this category as well for trivializing and tokenizing what it means to be a female, they've gone through the decline. Lily's not there yet, which means there's far too much support still going Lily's way. Now, the tweet from Concerned Citizen was retweeted by Robert Sterling, who said, "You didn't consent to a Bible reference on a paper cup? Well, I didn't consent to," and then listed every sexuality day, every drag day, every national, international, every gender-based day, it's a lot. Many people are growing tired of this, what is in the tweet that is quite lengthy, being promoted or pushed. I personally am very apathetic towards all of it. I just want the simple things. Good chocolate and my bins collected on a regular basis. Small goals in life, folks, small goals. When I started this video, I mentioned somebody who is often considered a TERF. Okay, we're going to insert J.K. Rowling here, who has taken notice of Lily Tino, but also of the fact that many who themselves identify as trans are starting to call out Lily Tino for hypocrisies, double standards, and for being a grifter and shining a very negative light on them. Because poisoning the well is a thing, some people need to lead by example, not this self-obsessed, self-absorbed example of, yeah, but I'm like amazeballs without them. J.K. Rowling tweeted, "It's very funny watching trans activists trying to disown Lily Tino, who smashes apart their no pervert would claim to be trans argument, while also arguing that there's no harm to women and girls in allowing literally any trans-identified man into their single-sex spaces." When J.K. Rowling first came out as anti-trans in many respects, it wasn't great for J.K. at the time. I'm somewhat surprised J.K. wasn't yeeted off Twitter for it, actually. But with the platform changing to being more open-ish on freedom of speech-ish, J.K. still gets a considerable amount of attention and support. Yes, there are many detractors, there are many hecklers, many who are not. But J.K. shining a light on Lily, con artist Tino, is good and bad. It's good for shining a light on a grifter. It's bad because you're shining a light on a grifter who can now use this for more relevancy, which is how many of these one-dimensional players operate. So Lily did in fact respond by tweeting out one 14-second video of a previous tweet of J.K. Rowling's. I'll play the video. There. The tweet you may have noticed from JK said this man's bathroom photos are trophies. He wants women and girls in the background because it proves he's violating women's boundaries. Without actual females there as props, all he's got is a selfie of a scary looking creep in mouse ears, which isn't remotely what he's after. And I'm reading that verbatim not because I agree. Again, I'm going to refrain from too many opinions because I can't be bothered. But I do think it right to highlight the differing perspective of how many treat Lily. And I had people in my comments, my last video on Lily, saying, why don't you reference Lily as male and by their birth name? Because I still want to be on this platform. If you don't understand that, chances are you haven't given consideration to the fact that many of us creators will get a strike for it. Some get around it, sure. I'm not stupid enough to test those waters and be demonetized just because of another name or to do what JK has done, which I've read verbatim as opposed to giving an opinion with it. So I rarely reference Lily as male or female and simply say Lily con artist Tino. The words con artist should have given enough of that away. Now JK Rowling had tweeted that video out after seeing it no doubt on Lily's TikTok by, quote, "I'm a cross-dressing, penis-possessing, porn-making fetishist who doesn't understand why the author of books I read as a child isn't fine with me entering women's bathrooms at a kids' theme park and taking photos. Not many people are okay with the kids' theme park photos thing. Not many are. In fact, I would go so far as to say the resounding majority of the masses is big nah." Jack David had tweeted, quote, "If we meet and you call me by the wrong pronouns, it's going to be a confrontation. He would only attack women and people paid to be polite and professional with him. He wouldn't dare do it to another man on the street." To which JK saw this and went, yep. And there's another argument here about misgendering. It's the whole shtick that Lily con artist Tino has. Everything is about being misgendered. Yet in every single encounter being misgendered, only two outcomes occur. One, Lily gets free food from the manager, who apologizes profusely on a live stream, which is then made into video or in video form in fact. Or Lily leaves. Lily does not have the con artist Tino fortitude to actually get physical with anyone. Lily keeps saying they will, but Lily won't. Lily is very much all mouth, no trousers. I know that I've left a few gaps here for obvious jokes to be made. It's okay, comment sections exist for a reason. The final tweet from JK Rowling is a retweet of "I mean therefore I am," which is a direct response to the video Lily put out talking about the response which we covered on Wednesday, last week that is, where Lily tries to call everyone transphobic, and because celebrities have done it in bathrooms, that's okay because Lily's famous as well. The tweet in question, though, is the very tweet that Lily Tino uses, which means my tweets are out of order, which is my fault. Sorry about that. The resounding perspective in J.K. Rowling's replies is very much in favour of J.K. Rowling backing J.K. about passing women, or women passing trans-identified women. That, right. Those who are trans-identify as women passing as women, and those who don't. Majority believe Lily does not, has not, will not, because they've wasted money that they've only earned for grifting it out on live streams, wasted money doing this, because they don't really look any more female than they did before the surgery, beyond a minor alteration to their nose, but it's not even feminine, it's just made it slightly narrower. There are many men with noses like that as well. I know there's a joke there as well. I'm really refraining. I don't want to get into trouble with YouTube. Can we not? Awesome. Something I didn't know until recently is that on top of shilling, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Lily also has, and it's much more affordable compared to that of Foodie Beauty's fluctuating price range, a Cameo. Who's paying for that? I also did not know that Lily Tino has a Twitch. For the sake of it, Lily has not used Twitch, and I have more followers than them, so it's great. In fact, that may well be one of the very few times where I feel better about myself. Go follow me there. With a light from J.K. Rowling being shone onto Lily, there is always a chance that more consequence could come the way of Lily given enough time. But because of how the mainstream did a fantastic job of poisoning J.K.'s name, it is likely nothing would come of it, with the mainstream wanting to instead back Lily majority, even though the majority people do not back Lily. And Lily isn't the most active on a number of platforms. Twitter is an obvious one, because they know they'd absolutely get demolished if they were on that platform. But then again, even as a YouTuber, they're not the most successful. Their only real success comes from TikTok. Their YouTube channel is dead. Their Instagram does get attention, but nowhere near as much. It's safe to say when Lily has the follower base they do on Instagram and TikTok, yet don't get anywhere near as much engagement on the Instagram posts, they are very much a one-trick pony on one site, one platform, that if they lost would screw their entire brand up to no end. I don't wish that on anyone, of course not, but I'm acutely aware that as somebody that uploads his content elsewhere, it's a good idea to have it. I'm not entirely sure or convinced Lily could upload all their content to YouTube, which they should as shorts if they could, stop huffing their own farts, to be a bit more successful at what they are, a grifter. And there are many grifters in the online space. Lily would know.